Hey everybody, welcome to Lesser Saints Discord, your one and only pre-show to the Laughing Scoundrel podcast every Friday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, still no politics this week. Sweet. There might be stuff going on. I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Cool.
Is it worth paying
Yeah.
attention at this point?
No, not really.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, other than keeping, basically informed.
Oh yeah, and then Rimshee, and Addie are all here. So
For some reason.
gang's back together.
Who cares?
Yay.
We're all ignorant savages anyway.
Off to an enthusiastic start, I see. Okay, good. Great.
Dina is subscribed at Tier 1. They're subscribed for 8 months now.
Why?
Woo.
Damn it! You beat me to it, Addie!
I'm good at beating things.
You're good at beating a thing, and even then that's questionable.
Excuse me.
If the desired result happens, at least Addie's competent. If not good.
I thought you lost the Gay Idiot official account.
I got it back.
Sweet.
I fucking got it back.
Yeah, when Twitch reset, you managed to get it back, and they haven't found him yet, I guess.
Yeah, Twitch did an update, I guess, like someone on Reddit or some shit. Like I saw the post through Twitter. Someone had shared from somebody else that Twitch did a server reset or an update to their back end or some shit like that. And when they did that, they lost their list of blacklisted names.
Nice.
So everyone that had to they put out a thing saying that everyone that was forced to change your name, try your old name again. And I was like, fuck yeah. So who knows?
Nice.
And
now to just get it back on Twitter.
He is once again the official Gay Idiot.
Yes. Yep. Now, if only I could get that name on Twitter. It's one character too long. Yep. That's why I'm Gay Idiot 27 megahertz over there.
Yeah.
And I can personally attest, he does some profoundly stupid things at times.
Yep. It's not a self-deprecating name. It's a very descriptive name.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Anyway, enough about me and how great I am.
You're not. It's fine.
Awkward silence. Do we have a format here anymore? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, we.
Who said anything about a format? Format is for the week and the people who plan.
To be honest, we haven't had a format for a few weeks.
I mean, sad fucks like Jeff might have tried to cling to that shit, but we don't care about that here.
Fair enough.
Formats are for the week.
Formats require planning, and we don't do any of that.
No, it's not like Rimshee and I meet every Thursday night and figure some stuff out or anything like that.
Yeah, the most important.
You man, I work in the morning.
The most important thing we figure out is the title of the show.
Yeah, that's what really matters.
I've sat in on one of those talks before. Nothing special goes on while I'm away.
Well, we sometimes come up with an order for the articles if we think it's important for us to do so. But
for some reason thinks I'm the best. Well, thank you, Dina. You know what? You're the best.
You're magnificent.
Yeah.
No, I love you, random citizen.
All right.
Yep.
Rimshee, this one was yours, the first one.
Yeah.
I'm not reading any articles. I'm just saying that right on the front.
No, there's one you might like.
You know I hate reading because of my speech impediment.
I know, but look at the second to last one.
And yet you're still better at reading than Rimshee is.
I won't take that personally.
I wouldn't have cared if you did.
Alright, yeah, we can read articles. I guess that's fine.
Hey, unless you guys have something you want to talk about.
Oh, I know
We-
Addie has something that he wants to
I
talk
do.
about.
I do have an incident from work that I can bring up. So, earlier this week, who am I echoing through?
I don't know. Try talking again.
Hello.
You
I'm
try-
not hearing shit.
Yeah, it has to be Rimshee. It's all his fault.
See, yeah, I'm seeing you light up every time Scooter talks.
Anyway, so earlier this week, I finally got to feel complete as a service employee.
Oh yeah.
I got to call the police.
All right.
So I'm behind the counter and I'm drying off my donut trays in preparation for, putting my donuts out into the case. And as I'm looking over the counter at the front doors, I see this dude walk up in nothing but his underwear and shoes.
Classic.
And granted, it's like 38 degrees outside.
Mm-hmm. That's what the underwear's
Not,
for.
not exactly the weather for this, but And he walks up to the doors, and I see him look up and like he swipes his arms, like he's trying to reach something that's just over his head, but he can't quite grasp it.
Yeah.
And then he wanders off.
Yeah, it's the crack demons,
I'm like, what the fuck? Now, I have a theory as to what it was, and I'll get to it later. But he wanders off, and then I see him walking along the front of the store, along the sidewalk. And I'm like, So I go and get my phone, and I get on the line with Johnson County Dispatch. And I head out the door because I've lost sight of him at this point. But right before I went outside, I saw him walk up to a car that was sitting at the pump, and he basically started doing the Oompa Loompa bend the knees and stand back up motion behind this car.
Please tell me he put his arms, hands in the air off to his sides while he was doing it.
No, he didn't, unfortunately. But
Damn it!
so I go outside, and I don't see him. And right as I go outside, there's this guy who's in his truck. He's pulling out of the parking spot. He rolls his window down. And he's like, yeah, he's on the other side of the store right now. He's like, he just went over and was harassing that guy who was pumping gas for money. And I'm like, okay, this guy's got to go. And no sooner does he tell me about that, I see the dude. You remember when you were a kid and you were pretending to ride a horse? Kind of like that bow-legged hopping motion with one arm at your side. He is doing this around my parking lot.
As you do.
I think you called it, Jables. Crack demons.
So, I give them my name, my location, my number if they need to contact me. And within 5 minutes, I have 2 Greenwood police officers and an IMPD officer. Which 2 different police departments showed up, which leads me to think that maybe they knew this guy.
Yeah. Well, we've got a few reports, Yeah. Are you sure, like, when he was doing the horse thing, he wasn't just listening to Gangnam Style?
I have no idea. So the last I saw of him, he was like walking, like waddle walking towards the back of the IMPD car with like his hands kind of behind him. And the officer, like kindly opens the door for him, so he can get in and sit down. And then at the last second, he changes direction, like jogs off. And you just see the officer kind of sigh and go to the front of his car and get on his radio.
God damn it, Trevor, not again.
I got spiders in my brain.
So-
yeah. I
That
know,
was the last
Trevor. Spiders in the brain. Let's get those out now. Come on.
That was the last I saw of them, because when I went back out the next time, they were all gone. But my theory is, because based upon the distance he was from the doors, where he was looking, and the motions that he was making with his hands, I think he was trying to trigger a motion sensor.
Oh, hi, Larry.
Hello. Yeah, that might be it.
And I'm like, you know what? I never thought that I could take for granted the fact that the doors of my store do not open automatically. Because otherwise, that fucker would have been inside.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It seems like the police knew him and knew that he was harmless. So it might not have been too much of a concern.
Yeah, I mean, considering the cop just kind of opened up the door so he could sit down, and when he jogged off, he just sighed and calmly walked to the front of the car.
Of course, this isn't the only fuckery that happened this week.
God damn.
I had another one just yesterday morning.
Oh.
So I've just finished baking my cookies. I've got them all in their little bags. I've got them all labeled. I'm putting them out in the little wicker baskets that we have for display purpose. And right as I'm putting the last of the cookies in the basket, I hear a, "Hey, man." And I'm like, oh, no. I turn around, this stoned as fuck looking dude wearing a hoodie over a ball cap is standing there. And I'm like, yeah. He's got 2 boxes of frozen White Castle burgers in his hands, which already tells me that this guy makes poor decisions all the time.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you got a sign back there that says 2 for $7 on the 4-pack White Castles, but I can only see the 6-packs. Do you have any of the 4-packs? And like, well, if they're not in the case, then we probably don't have them. He's like, can you check?
The bane of every retail worker. Can you look in the bag?
And like, as I'm walking towards the cooler, which you have to go into to get access to the freezer, he's like, oh, and do you guys have like the jalapeno? We don't get the jalapeno cheese ones.
Yeah.
So I go back there. Sure enough, we do have them. They're just in a box that no one bothered to open or stock. So I open the box up. I start throwing them on the shelf because I'm standing in the freezer and I want to get out of there as soon as possible. And the guy opens the door and he's like, hey, do you got any of the jalapenos? No! Don't get the jalapeno cheese ones. Now, the reason I keep bringing this up, not just because he did, because it's about to become relevant. There's a White Castle right down the street.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just go there? They're already cooked.
You can see it from the parking lot. It's within walking distance.
Yeah, and even if you're buying the frozen ones because you want more White Castle later, a reheated White Castle burger is still way better than a frozen White Castle burger.
Oh, absolutely.
Bruh.
Yeah, but you get you get the White Castle, then you hit up the store.
Yeah.
You fill yourself up, then you get the frozen ones.
I said, it's like
I have never had White Castle.
Frozen White Castle. You just
They're
don't
terrible.
buy frozen White Castle.
I have never had White Castle from the actual fast food restaurant. I've
If you're
only
ever out here, we will correct that.
I have only ever had it from the store, and it is no.
Yeah, no, we had a White Castle in my hometown back in up until the really early '90s, at which point it became a Burger King, and that's now gone, and that's a pharmacy now. But up until '93, we had a White Castle, and we used to go there all the time. Fucking great. Then I was like, oh no, we don't have a White Castle for a bazillion miles. I don't think there's one within driving distance at all. And I drive all over New York State, and I've not seen another White Castle. But I tried eating the frozen ones when I got into high school and shit. Started buying my own food. They're trash. They're fucking trash. And then I went and visited Sir last year, and he reintroduced me to proper fresh White Castle from the restaurant, and it's fucking chef's kiss.
I mean, Addie, that is literally the plot to Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Is that it turned into another burger joint, and they had to go a million miles out of their way to go get some.
True story, though. True fucking story.
The prerequisite, of course,
Harold and Kumar is based on my life.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're Dan Ninen. Oh.
Yeah, I've never had White Castle either, but as a rule of thumb, I never buy frozen bread things except for corn dogs and burritos. Those are the only frozen. Well, some of the breakfast sandwiches are okay if it's like a croissant.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I said
they're acceptable, is what it is.
Fine. Let's let Sir finish before we move on.
The prerequisite, obviously, is you have to love onions.
Yeah.
If you love onions, then White Castle is the best hot garbage food.
I'm pretty cool with onions.
Fucking adore the stuff.
Yeah,
okay, I don't mind the taste of onions. I don't mind the taste of onions. My biggest issue with onions is the texture. If you can fucking cook the texture out of it, which, is possible, I am completely cool with onions. The flavor's fine. I got no issues with the flavor.
Every time I walk into a White Castle and that smell hits me, it's like, oh my god, I could fucking live in here.
Yeah, the grilled onion smell? Oh my god. Ugh.
But anyway.
I'll just eat straight up grilled onions. I don't give a shit.
I say, it's like, this guy could literally walk down the street, not that far actually, within a football field's distance of the store. He walked there, fucking get a 10-sack. They're hot. They're freshly made. You can get the cheese that you want. And it probably won't cost you much more than what you're going to spend for these 8 frozen burgers.
Probably $1 more. I've heard about White Castle enough to know that.
So he gets his boxes of burgers and he goes up to the counter and sets them down. And then he disappears into the bathroom. And he's gone for 20 minutes.
Maybe you did go to White Castle beforehand, because I've heard about the White Castle shits.
If you're sensitive to onions, like my mom, the last time my mom had White Castle, it put her in the hospital.
God damn.
She cannot eat White Castle anymore. It triggers her IBS so bad.
I had a McDonald's fillet of fish when I got home, and I instantly shat my brains out as soon as I was done.
You see, that was your problem. You skimped on seafood. You never skimp on seafood.
It's one of the only things I like on the McDonald's menu. They got a pretty good fillet of fish. Not bad. Priced right.
So he's in there so long that my assistant manager, Brittany, she's like, go and check and see if he's still in there. So
and alive.
I open the door and I look under the stall, and I can tell that he's just standing in the stall. I have no idea why. Well, I have suspicions as to what he was doing, but
Please tell me he was shoving White Castle burgers up his ass so that they would thaw and he could eat them.
Don't be
no,
naive,
he left the
Jables.
burgers on the counter.
Don't be
Oh, okay.
naive, Jables. He was drinking weed.
He was
Oh, man.
injecting the marijuana.
Uh,
And then he comes out finally, comes up and like goes to buy his stuff, and he sets a razor and like little shaving cream package on the counter. And he also sets down like a prepackaged like meat and cheese snack. You know, like the little beef stick and the little cheese stick.
Yeah, I love those ones. The jalapeno ones. Fucking great.
And he tells my assistant manager to her face after he sets these things on the counter, it's like, yeah, I was going to steal these.
what the
But
fuck?
then I saw a cop, and yeah, I'm just going to leave this here.
What the fuck?
So he just disappeared into the bathroom just to be like, shit. There's a cop.
Christ.
Yeah, like Larry said, at least he's honest.
Yeah, that's what I said when I heard it. I was like, well, thanks for being honest, I guess. Never come back to my store, please.
God damn it.
No,
It
I
also
wouldn't,
tells
to be
me
honest,
it's like,
I wouldn't leave him alone and like go to the back for anything, but I'd let him come back in the store.
it's like, it also tells me it's like, oh, so you only brought them up because you thought you were going to get caught, which tells me that you don't actually have a conscience, asshole. You know, never mind the fact that we have cameras all over the store and probably have you on tape putting shit in your pockets. You know, with seeing a cop that's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Dude's
That's
high. Dude is
Oh,
obviously high. He's not thinking
clearly.
straight.
I knew he was out in outer space somewhere as soon as he fucking walked up to me. I mean, any asshole that wears a hoodie over a fucking ball cap has to either be high, brain dead, or both.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, that's not true at all.
I've done that before.
Yeah, but you're brain dead.
Dead high.
You can't see me, but I've got murder in my eyes right now.
I'm not hating on the hoodie, Larry. I just don't see the point of putting on a ball cap and then putting the hoodie up over it. You look
Okay,
like a
so the
moron.
reason behind that is you're walking around with the ball cap on, and maybe a wind picks up or it starts to get colder, and you need that extra layer just to toss it over your head. It's just adding extra insulation while maintaining that brim to keep the sun off your face.
I don't give a shit if Eminem did. Eminem looks like an idiot when he does it too.
Maybe you just like to wear hats, and then it got a little cold out. Your neck got a little chilly, and so you put the hood on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be as simple as that. Most people who do it at like night and shit are fucking dumb, but
Yeah, they're possibly shady.
yeah.
Yeah.
But once again, cold still picks. It could still just be cold.
Yeah. Honestly, during the day especially, most of the time I'd say, especially if it's just like sitting, just they threw it up over the hat and it's not trying to cover their face or anything. Yeah, they're probably just trying to stay warm. If they're like trying to sink back into that hood, that's different. That's definitely different.
Like if it's pulled so far forward, it looked like they were trying to pull it over the brim. That's different.
If it's sitting like partway back, still on the crown, and you can easily see the face, yeah, that probably nothing to that. Probably just trying to stay warm.
Yeah, I grew up in a place where people wore ball caps all the time, all year round. And then, fall would come, gusts of winds would pick up, or it'd start raining. Put up the hood.
Fucking Larry. That's why I like this COVID shit. Now every thief wannabe don't look suspicious anymore.
Yeah. Oh man, it took so long for bank robberies to start happening. I was really shocked. Like,
So, are we telling stories from the front lines of retail?
Oh, for it.
sure.
Yeah, those are my 2 stories.
What So, sir, which one do you think the audience would like the most? Because oh my god, do I have a long and storied history in retail?
Well, give me my options again. Which ones are we going with?
Well, there's any of the Napa ones. Those are some of the fucking greatest stories I could possibly tell.
Oh,
That guy,
real quick.
that guy trying to return the starter was pretty priceless.
Real quick.
Okay.
My sister just quit Madewell because she got a job with Gucci.
Oh,
Hmm.
neat.
Okay.
No, that's just awesome.
Okay. I don't
Congrats.
really have any comment on that.
Yeah, there's not meant to be any comment. She's happy
Why
with
the fuck
it.
did you bring it up?
Because fuck you! She's Gucci gang now, motherfucker!
Oh,
That's
God.
rich, but that's rich retail. That's
I wanna die.
Yeah, well, she could potentially make a lot more money because of the commission. And
Oh,
Yeah,
working
that's-
retail on commission. That's great.
no. We're talking real retail. Walmart, convenience stores, Napa Auto Parts. Like,
Alright, so
oh, I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying, good on her.
alright, so
okay, Dragula.
She's moving up.
so this story takes place in the heart of my hometown, the city of Poughkeepsie, New York, right on Main Street, just the fucking heart of the ghetto. And it's what was it? Fucking 2010. It's the summer of 2010. Uh-huh. I don't know. It's like a Monday or some shit. It felt like a Monday. It was a hell of a fucking day. My manager. This is not the best job I've ever had, but it's one of my favorite jobs I've ever had. It didn't pay the best. It wasn't very like fun, I guess you could say. But like the crew, I liked everyone that I worked with. My boss was super cool, super chill. A guy named Larry Peroni. Um, and my favorite thing was that he liked my sarcasm and my wit, and he wanted me to use that to like sell and to deal with like problems and all that. So like he told me from day one, look, if ever there's a problem, like the warranty stuff, the return policy, all that shit. I have a second business where I clean hotels with my wife. I'm going into my office pretty much all day long. I'm going to run the books for this store and do other logistic shit for my job. If anyone wants to speak to the manager, you're the manager. Your name is Addie Peroni. And I'm like, okay, you got it. So we had this dude, this young African American gentleman come in. Very, very of the area, I'll say. We have like a lot of gang violence and shit in this neck of the woods, and this dude looks clearly like he runs in those circles. He looks like a fucking thug, straight up. Comes in, he's well younger than me, probably like early 20s. Comes in with an AutoZone starter box, sets it down on the counter in front of me, goes, "Yeah, I want to return this. I didn't need it." Turned out it wasn't the starter. I'm like, okay. I give him the benefit of the doubt. I slide the box towards me and I open it because sometimes people misplace or throw out the box and then they just throw it in whatever box they have. We won't reject something if it's in the wrong box because we have spare boxes, as long as you have your receipt and it is one of our products. I open it up, and it says fucking Duralast stamped right on the fucking casting. It's an AutoZone brand. It's not ours. I go, yeah, there's a receipt for this? He goes, no, I was in here the other day and you sold it to me. I'm like, I don't recognize your face. And he's like, man, I ain't got time for this bullshit. Just give me my money back. And I'm like, I have to find the transaction to find out how much I owe you, assuming you bought this here, which you didn't. And he's like, man, this is some fucking bullshit. I want to talk to your manager. So I go, all right, one second. The way our counter was set up was we had like this L-shaped counter that that was like right in the front of the store. We had like a tiny little storefront, and then we had 4 aisles to the right at the end of the counter that had like random car parts and shit down them. And then all the way in the back, way out of sight of the customers at the counter, is my boss's office. So what I did was I took about 3 steps into the end aisle that leads to my boss's office, got just out of his field of view, turned on my heel, and walked right back. And I go, hello, yes, my name is Addie. How can I help you today? And he's like, man, some fucking bullshit. I ain't got time for your shit. I was in here yesterday. I remember your face. You sold me this fucking starter, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, dude, I absolutely didn't sell you the starter. It's an AutoZone starter in an AutoZone box. I don't know what AutoZone's return policy is if you don't have a receipt. AutoZone is 1 block up. Dude, you're welcome to go try it there. You did not get the starter from us. I'm not honoring your return. Is there anything else I can help you with? So he got pissed off and he fucking stormed out. First, he fucking kicks the door open, thinking he's gonna like break it or whatever. Then when it doesn't break, he turns around, opens it slightly, slams it again, and it doesn't break. So I'm like, this fucking idiot, And like as I'm laughing at this guy with my other coworkers that are at the counter, the starter in the box comes crashing through the glass front door. The best part of the story is that standing directly behind him out front of our storefront is a fucking City of Poughkeepsie police officer writing a parking ticket.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that went about as well as you'd expect.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So I did unfortunately have to bother the real manager to let him know what happened. We filled a report, blah, 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 whatever. Like it was pretty open and shut. The cop watched the whole thing happen. Like the first time he slammed the door, he got the cop's attention.
Of course.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
One of many stories I could tell. Not the first time someone tried to throw something through a piece of glass out of a storefront, by the way. Not the first, certainly wouldn't be the last.
I just love that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm all pissed off, big and bad, smashes the door. Turns around, there's a cop there, just like, yeah, have a seat.
That's literally how it went. The cop was like, I'm going to have to ask you to sit right there on that stoop.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Sounds about right.
Oh, man. Well, that kind of rage reminds me of when I was working at Walmart. I worked in the dairy frozen section. And we had just stopped carrying a certain brand of lactose-free milk. Still had like 7 others.
I have a feeling where I know where this is going.
So this lady pulls up on, this old lady, old and fat, pulls up on one of the scooter carts.
Of course.
She's wearing a tie-dye sweatshirt, which that's always a white trash red flag.
He's also shopping at Walmart.
Yeah. Walmart on top of that. Yeah, regular people shop at Walmart too. So, and then she's like, excuse me, do you have any Dairy Gold lactose-free milk? I was like, oh no, we just stopped carrying that the other day. And she was like, "Oh, are you sure? Can you check in the back?" And I walked into the back I just do that every time somebody asks me for something that we don't have.
Yeah, because if you don't, they're just
okay.
gonna fucking argue with you forever.
Yeah, exactly. So I came back and I'm like, "No, we don't carry it." And I checked with the manager, and we're currently not carrying Dairy Gold, but we have Horizons and
Silk.
this one and that one, and yeah. Well, no, Silk is soy milk. So
All
yeah.
right.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So I started pointing out these other like 3 or 4 lactose-free milks that we carry, and she's like, "I've been coming to this store since I was a kid, and you've always had Dairy Gold lactose-free milk." That store had only been 10 years old at the most.
It's like,
And
Walmart wasn't a major brand when you were a child, man.
she was well into her 50s. And I'm just like, "I'm sorry, is there anything else I can help you?" Like I said, we have these other ones. Is there anything else I can help you with? And she just starts screaming and cussing at me and throwing shit at me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she had chocolate milk in her cart. She was throwing that at me. Like, and it's like, okay, go ahead and throw shit. I was catching some of it. And then she got all pissed off and scooted away. And then one of my managers walked out and said, "We called the cops." Yeah, that lady got arrested for assault.
Because she was real pissed about that.
I didn't call the cops, my manager did. It's dope as fuck. Shout out Dave. Yeah. The
I'm not saying
another
that you called. I'm just saying that she was probably real pissed about the police showing up.
Oh yeah. Yep. There was one time, because people in the dairy frozen section, they all do drugs because it's fucking miserable to work in a freezer for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Or in the fridge. If you're on anything dairy related, you are in the fridge all day.
Yep.
Because everything's stocked from the back.
Which is rad if it's a fucking sweltering summer day. That's dope.
Yes.
But any other time of the year, it sucks.
Super awesome. Well, it wasn't too bad because I was there for like 2.5 years. By the end of the first year, I was acclimated to the cold. So.
Holy fuck, dude! I didn't last a month at Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I got hired and quit in October of 2005.
Yeah.
Fuck Walmart.
Yeah. There was another situation where I was out. Like the things that we did stock out in the open were like eggs and cheeses.
Mm.
I was out stocking some cheese, and these teenagers come up to me and they're like, "Hey, do you know where we can find whippets?"
Oh Christ!
And I'm like, "Do you mean whipped cream refueling canisters?" And they're like, "No, whippets." I'm just like, "Listen closely. Do you mean whipped cream refueling canisters?" Like, I don't even know what that is. I'm looking for whippets. Guys, I'm trying to help. Do you mean? And they still didn't get it. And I was like, "Sorry, I can't help you."
Yeah. Why don't you go ask that plainclothes police officer if he knows where to find whippets?
Man, but I tried like 2 or 3. I get it. You just want to get a little high. You want to try out some. You want to try it out a little bit. That's cool. Whatever. Make your voice go real low and feel real loopy for a bit.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't really know a whole lot of kids from my fucking generation of high school that didn't try whippets at least once.
Oh
I
yeah.
did it a couple times. I was like, oh, this sucks.
Everybody tries Whippets and Computer Duster at least once.
I did not do Computer Duster. I was terrified of like blowing a hole in my frontal lobe.
But man, those kids were way too fucking dumb. I tried so hard to help them, but I couldn't.
It's like going on like the public computer. Like this shit happened when I was in high school. We like this was like 1999. We had like just gotten a computer lab at my high school
Mm-hmm.
where you could like openly use the internet and shit. And like in the first week, they had to like shut down the computer lab while they figured out how to put like blocks and shit on it, like firewalls and stuff. Because in the first like day that it was open during like study periods and shit, one of the first things that someone fucking typed into like Webfair or Ask Jeeves was, "Where do I buy weed?" It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's a little too.
You gotta be more inventive than that.
Yeah,
Like, come on,
first you type in what is marijuana. At least do that. You can blame it on like a health report that you're doing or something.
Yeah, yeah. Who the hell is Mary Jane, and why does everyone want to hang out with her?
Yeah. Yeah, when I was in high school, the system that they had up on it was it was glitchy for people to log in individually. And there was one thing that you could do to any computer to make it completely crash.
Oh.
It was just Control Alt F4. And so, because I'm just fucking around trying to break things like I do, and I press Control Alt F4, and the computer crashes, and I'm like, oh shit! Hey guys, did you know if you press Control Alt F4, you'll crash the computer? And like 3 other kids did it. And we all got 2 of them got pulled into the office. I was logged in under somebody else's account because I was trying to fuck with their account a little bit. But they're just creating a batch file that had start a bunch of times so that it would soft crash the computer if they clicked on it. But the other 2 got pulled in the office, and they were like, they said that I told them to do it, and I was just like, no, I said don't do it. It'll crash the computer.
Yeah. Which is literally the same as telling them to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't get in trouble for it.
Yeah, that's the difference. They got detention. I didn't.
Got
Loophole.
Guys, don't go to bigboobgirlswiththeirshirtsoff.com. Don't do it.
Oh, it's so hard not to look that up now.
I had this game called Desktop Destroyer.
Oh god.
Classic. Yeah. We fucked with a librarian one day, just a bunch of us.
Larry, don't. Larry, don't. Your immortal soul hangs in the balance.
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh, go to whitehouse.com.
Fill your heart with the love of Jesus, Larry, please. It's not too late.
Whitehouse. That actually happened.
Yeah.
Like somebody was trying to do a report on the White House. It's like, okay, like they just type in Google like whitehouse.com. It's like, wow, that's so.
Yeah. So I may or may not have mentioned this before on the stream. I know that's a bingo card for a lot of fucking podcasts, but I mentioned that I used to be like the college like DJ dude back in the day, right?
For the campus radio, right?
Yeah. So we were also, because like we were mainly like, we played music from all over the world, but our main theme was like punk and like ska music and like underground rock and shit like that. You know, like CKY and all that kind of shit. So we would do all kinds of creative ways to promote local shows that were going on at like our local venues, like the Chance and the Loft and all that shit. And a friend of mine showed me a program to make like copies of like desktop icons that had like pre-programmed shortcuts. You just type in like the URL into it. So we went to the computer lab because we were promoting, I think, what the fuck was that? I think it was Orange 9mm was playing at the Chance. So we went to the computer lab, and on the master computer that controls the desktops like remotely of all the other computers, we replaced the Internet Explorer icon so that instead of launching Internet Explorer, it went to the Chance website where you buy tickets for the Orange 9mm show.
Nice.
I got in trouble for that, but everyone thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
man.
the most extreme one was because after I found Desktop Destroyer, I started telling other people about it naturally because you want to play games.
Yeah.
And I one of the actions you can do with it is you can set like little termites that'll eat the screen.
Nice.
Yeah, and so a bunch of us just all at the same time just started, clicking around and placing a shit ton of the little termites and just going, "Oh, miss, I'm not going to say her name.
Yeah.
Look at my screen. Something's going on. I don't understand it. It must be some sort of virus." And other kids were like, "Yeah, it's happening to me too. What is this?" She's freaking out.
Oh my god.
None of us got in trouble because when she would turn around, we would just press escape after she saw our computers. We're like, "Oh no, it seems fine now." Because all you had to do all you had to do to close the program was press escape twice, and it would completely shut down the program. So, like, with no evidence that you even had it open.
I don't know if you'll know how old some like internet memes go back, but I don't know exactly how old it is, but I was introduced to the Lemon Party meme back in like 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because again, I was in the fucking library at the local community college. This is before I started going to college. Just
Just there.
yeah, like our community college is also kind of like an open library. So like you don't have to be a student to go in and like use the library. It's also like a public library that's open to everybody. Because it's right down by the road. You don't have to like go through campus security to get in there or whatever. You just walk in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in there because like I was fighting with my dad and blah 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 whatever. So I didn't want to be there. So I rode my bike about fucking half mile up the road to the college, hanging out, using the internet in the library. Someone put a fucking icon on the desktop. That's just called "It's About Time." So I'm like, what the fuck is this? I open it up, shortcut to lemonparty.org. I remembered that. I remember the address and used it to maximize my lulls all throughout high school and college.
Of course.
Using it wherever I could.
Yep. Lemon Party and Blue Waffle are classics.
Speaking of Blue Waffle,
yeah, Blue. It sucks that you can't get away with Blue Waffle anymore, though.
Well, you can because a major breakfast item manufacturer is actually selling Blue Waffles right now.
Yeah, but no, if you search it up on Google, you'll see legitimately Blue Waffles, not the Blue Waffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even still, like, that kind of threw me for a loop when I was walking through Walmart waiting to go to the doctor. And I just see a whole, like, pallet's worth of, like, these blue waffles. And I'm like, Kellogg's, you fools.
What have you done?
You don't realize what you've done.
Somebody at Kellogg knows what's up.
Yeah, they have to in order to do
Kids are
something
gonna
as
use
crazy
this
as
as
that.
jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, teenagers and college kids are gonna use this as a joke.
Yep.
They're gonna search for it. They're gonna find our waffles because we're just gonna pay a shit ton of money to fill up Google.
Yep.
I think the worst thing about this, though, is like, these are blue raspberry flavored waffles. Like, ew.
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
Why not blueberry? I guess that's boring, but whatever. But yeah, Tub Girl was some shit, Larry.
Yeah, Tub Girl is special.
Too bad it was Photoshop, not real.
Yeah, and then there's Two Girls, One Cup.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Ghosty
Yeah.
was one of the first
Yeah, I saw
viral memes
that.
that I remember.
Yeah,
I
Ghosty.
specifically remember that I saw that video and then immediately went upstairs and made mac and cheese.
Oh, I've never watched Two Girls, One Cup. I won't.
You didn't miss much.
Oh,
No, it's nothing special.
It's not as horrifying as people say it is.
I don't care. I
mean, it's fucking nasty.
There are few things that will get an instant gag reflex out of me, like poop stuff. I can't handle, like, even a movie where you just see someone take a shit and it's obviously like a fake shit. It's like poop stuff fucks with me so bad.
How do you not gag when you shit?
It's fucking different. I'm not watching it come out of my asshole. I'm not making a spectacle of it. I'm just going through the fucking motions.
How many people have actually legitimately seen Sallow, Larry?
I'm trying to remember what Sallow was. It sounds familiar.
It's a
Well, let's look it up and put it on
Italian
screen.
exploitation.
No!
I think the full title is like Sallow, 40 Days of Sodom.
Nope, don't remember it.
It's basically about the Italian fascists like torturing young men and women for their own sick desires. 120 Days of Sodom. Thank you, Canuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was another one? One Man, One Jar.
The poop in that movie is fake, though. It's totally fake.
Who the fuck? Oh God, was it Wavy or Wang? Someone recently reached out to that guy and got like the full, like that dude.
It was Wang.
Yeah, when that happened, that dude just got up and went to work. He like stuffed a towel up his ass and went to work.
Yeah.
And
I thought he died for the longest time, but
that was the rumor that he like bled to death with glass shards in his ass.
Nope, just went to work.
No, he picked out like all the shards that he could feel, like put a towel in there. It's just like, well, I gotta do my job now. It's like, what?
Yeah, and he didn't even go to the hospital. He just let it heal. It was like,
he just let it heal, and like when he was taking shits, just shit out some shards every now and then.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Yep. Yeah, and his family was home. He has a wife and kids.
Yeah. They weren't even out of the house when he did that.
No, he was literally just like in a corner of a room where they couldn't see him.
That's probably why he didn't go to the hospital.
No, Larry, Mr. Hands did die.
That dude's colon horribly ruptured.
Yeah. That happened in my state. It was a big news story.
Yeah. Funny as well is that he was brought up today. If anyone who listens to the Snark Tank podcast,
I heard that one today.
Yeah, where it's like if you could have an army of any one thing, what would it be? And fucking Tom Sweeney says sexually aggressive horses.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd work. That'd be scary.
Yeah, man. Fucking... Going back to a point that Jables made earlier, like entitled customers are the fucking worst, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, I
that's
had
not
one
even
this
the
week. Like, I tend to piss customers off in general when I work because I specifically hired in as food service. I told the manager that I hired in under, it's like, I'm not very good with people. I don't want to work with the customers. So I went into the food program and I've been working that ever since. I do not have a code to any of the registers.
Yep,
I
that's good.
cannot use them. So, again, this happened this week.
Go figure. You're just
I'm in the cooler getting all of my breakfast sandwiches and putting them on a tray so I can take them out and put them in. We have like this special type of convection oven called like a Unox. And basically, like, you can put like pre-packaged like sandwiches in it and it'll like heat them up for you. It takes like 40 fucking minutes, but
probably heats it up better than a microwave, though.
It does heat it up better than a microwave. It just takes a really long time.
Yeah,
that's probably why it heats it up better.
I've got this huge tray of sandwiches in my arms, and there's this old guy standing at the counter, and he's like, "Oh, there you are." And I'm like, "I can't check you out." And he's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Because I'm not a cashier." Well, I've been standing here for a while.
Okay.
That changes things.
It was all I could do, just be like, then fucking say something, asshole!
Yeah.
Don't just stand there like a fucking statue and expect somebody to wait on you.
Yeah. It's like, yes, it'd be nice if there was someone manning the register, but it's like, if you've never worked in like anything like a convenience store or anything like that before, they tend not to hire on enough people to do everything all that efficiently.
We are criminally understaffed right now.
Yeah, so like you can't always have someone on the register. You can't always have someone cleaning up after messes. You can't always have someone restocking. You can't always have someone like assisting if the gas pump doesn't work right or whatever. It's like, just fucking chill, dude.
And the thing is that she's like, the person working the register, she is literally walking around the store with a roll of paper towels, like wiping things. It's like, dude, just say I'm ready to check out and someone will come help you.
Yeah.
And you know what else I love? I especially love this behavior. I love the customers who just fucking stare at you.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like, I'll look up from what I'm doing in the kitchen area, and there'll be someone across the counter just staring at me.
I fucking love those people because I just stare back.
And it's like, eventually you just get to the point where it's like, can I help you?
Oh.
And then all of a sudden it's like their brain reactivates and they're like, oh yeah, I need this. Is like, why didn't you say that to begin with?
Their brain shut down, that's why.
Yeah, one of my favorite things, like legitimately favorite things, when I was working at Walmart was working the yogurt wall. Because where all the yogurt is, it's all sliding panels, so that you just slide the panels and then you stock everything from the back. And but from the outside, you can't really see if something's open unless you're really looking towards the back. Mm-hmm. And scaring the shit out of people. That was my favorite thing. Like I'd hear somebody be like, "Oh, they're out of blank and blank Yoplait," and I was about to restock it anyway, so it's just floop, drop one down. Oh shit! Or when they reach to something on the bottom, grab their hand real quick. Like, I did that. I did that mostly to kids, because the parents would laugh about it. I laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like,
This one isn't.
I have the opposite problem. Like the freezer at the store, like you can see into the freezer through the glass doors. So like there will be times where I'm in the freezer like stocking something or like getting something out of the freezer, and somebody will open one of the doors and start talking to me.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
they would do that when I was working milk. I was lucky. None of the freezer section you had to stock from within the freezer. You took everything out on a cart and just stocked the shelves. So that was a lucky thing because that freezer fucking sucked.
oh yeah. The freezer is the absolute most despised part of my job.
The worst part was doing inventory
Yeah.
because
Having to stand in there and put stuff on the shelves and make sure it's all ordered.
yeah, and checking all the counts and everything.
I don't have to check the counts, fortunately. But
So
yeah, no, I had to scan everything in and check all the counts. And then there's the freezer, and then there's the ice cream freezer, which is -20. So it's 0 in one section and then -20 in another.
fun.
Yeah.
So this isn't a retail story from like me or anyone that I personally know. But like back in the mid 2000s, I used to go to Something Awful all the time. I wasn't on the forums, but my favorite part of their website was a section called Comedy Goldmine, where they would compile the best of a thread and just put it up for everyone to read that didn't feel like paying for, like a forum subscription. And my favorite ones were the like horror stories from like working retail and shit like that. And there was one about a guy that's like, if you have a conscience, never work for like a rental place, like a Rent-A-Center or like what's the other big one? Aaron's.
Yeah.
Because when you have to go repo shit with the box truck, you become a villain.
Yep.
So like this dude was talking about how like it was like just after Christmas, and it's like maybe like late January, and he got a call. This is like in like the late 90s. So he was told to go to this house in the fucking ghetto and repossess a PlayStation that hadn't been paid for. So
oh boy, this is gonna get good.
yeah, so he's a white guy. He's a young white guy, straight out of high school. Goes into a predominantly black neighborhood. Knocks on the door. From the get go, the fucking zigzag snapping mom answers the door. And goes, can I help you? And he's like, ma'am, you haven't paid for the PlayStation unit that you guys had signed a rental agreement on, and as per the agreement, we have to come get it. And he's like, and the mom's like, oh sure, come right on in, obviously like being like facetious and shit. Shows her, or walks him right into the living room where her two young children are playing the PlayStation, and says, sorry babies, you have to turn off the PlayStation. The white man is here to take it away.
Oh, what a bitch.
Yeah, and he's like, yo, what do I do? And he was like, yeah, I fucking quit that day. I was like, you know what, keep it. And I left the truck there and everything. I'm like, yeah, dude. What do you do in that situation? It ain't worth the minimum wage. Fuck that shit.
You do exactly
For minimum
that.
wage, you're right.
Exactly.
Not worth it.
Yeah, fuck this shit. I'm out. Somebody else's problem, dude.
Still,
I would have at least taken the truck back and then just quit there, but I wouldn't leave the truck there. But
that shit is so fucking low to do that to like
dude.
a fucking minimum wage hourly employee. What a
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, black people, am I right? No, just kidding.
And now we're
I
canceled.
didn't think we were going there today. I usually save those sorts of comments for Nick's streams.
Oh god. Come on, we gotta cap 2020 off with a cancellation. Come on.
Oh yeah, do some whiskey glasses, everybody, for that one. Some scotch.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I have black friends. I can't be racist.
Yeah. Okay.
Rimshee doesn't count. Or does he?
What
Well,
don't I count as?
That's the fucking thing that's great about it, Larry, is that like we'll fly out like I'm totally jinxing us now, but like we'll fly under the radar with like low-key racism. But like the second we play like 30 seconds of a copyrighted song, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ.
Nuked from orbit.
Yep. That's why we don't play copyrighted music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you like our intro song, which
Oh yeah, Mickey brought up a point in the chat. There used to be fucking yogurts with fruit on the bottom. I miss fruit on the bottom. What the fuck?
I like my yogurt without chunks of shit.
Some of them still have it.
I like my yogurt to have blueberries in it. It's good that way.
Not me.
Yeah, and get no, you can still get Yoplait yogurt with fruit on the bottom.
I just haven't seen it in such a long time.
Like I said in
You
chat
probably
earlier,
just haven't looked for it.
There was also like Yo Crunch, where you like it's got like the little packet of like ground up like cookies or like M&Ms.
You do the little flip.
Yeah,
there's a kind like that I get every now and then called like Oikos or whatever.
Yeah, the Greek yogurt.
Yeah, like it comes with like little chunks of granola and you just tip them in.
Yep.
Yeah, Chobani yogurt has a thing where like you turn up like a little side cup that like dumps like fruit sauce or something.
I don't fuck with Chobani because iDubbbz brings up.
By the way,
that they deliberately make the packaging hard to get the spoon to get all the yogurt out.
Yep, and they also make it hard to fucking stack. Chobani fucking suck. Well, not Chobani. They're the ones that have like the extra side thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
sorry, Ian. What the fuck is Kunky peanut butter?
That's Lance.
I'm sorry to put you on blast, dude. That shit fucked with my head. I was like, what? That's an upsetting spelling of that word. Kunky. I don't like that. That just
I was literally at the store.
Kunky peanut butter? Kunky peanut butter?
Oh.
I was at the store last night, or maybe it was the night before last night. Anyway, I was at the store, and I figured, I'm almost out of peanut butter. I should pick some up while I'm here. I go to the fucking aisle with the peanut butter, and like the 4-pound jars of like Kroger brand creamy peanut butter that I usually buy, they're completely gone. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Went home empty-handed.
Well, speaking of things being completely gone, we're not getting political, but just as a non-political aside, guys, prepare for another wave of fucking idiots hoarding.
Yeah. Just go get a pack of toilet paper.
We got our 18 giant rolls of Charmin.
Because that's the thing. It's like what happened was we weren't prepared for the pandemic in the first wave, so people hoarded and shit ran out, and it just took a little while for them to make more for supply to catch up with the demand. Now, this time around, I'm pretty sure like toilet paper manufacturers and all these other places and like the retailers that sell all this stuff are going to order more and produce more in preparation for the second wave. However, people are just going to double hoard.
There's already shortages.
Okay, no. The problem wasn't people buying all the toilet paper. The problem was they were just buying it too quickly.
Yeah.
For them to restock the shelves. They had plenty in the back. Just wait a fucking minute. Because toilet paper takes up a lot of space. So when somebody buys one, it looks like a lot was taken. But whatever.
Internet historian.
Not true with Costco. Like Costco drained.
What about Costco?
Costco keeps all their shit like out there, or you can look up and there might be some up on the shelves above, but you can see their entire stock. Costco would drain of its toilet paper.
Yeah. Speaking of
Good
draining,
thing they got them membership cards.
I'll be right back.
Oh, by the way, Lance, you can subscribe for free with your Amazon Prime membership.
Give us money.
Yeah, silence.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for you to subscribe, Lance. It's all good.
No pressure or anything.
Oh. Wow, we went this entire episode just you guys bullshitting.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to read those articles.
The only one I'm really interested in, the one that I'm the most interested in, let me rephrase that, is the radioactive diamond one.
Yeah, but we can talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Save me some work for next week.
The last several episodes have been the banter episode crab. You should know. You've been here.
Oh, did I ever tell you guys about the time I fucked on top of ice cream in the freezer at Walmart?
No, but you have to explain now.
That's a story that now needs to be told. Wait, let's go get your mom.
Yeah, no, that's the story. That's pretty much it. I was one of my lady managers was cheating on her boyfriend with me, and we fucked in the freezer. Oddly enough.
Naughty.
How is that odd?
You're right. It's not odd. It's the only place in the entire store that doesn't have cameras.
I suppose it would keep the sweating to a minimum.
That's where my coworkers at Walmart would go to smoke weed because it just looks like your breath.
Yeah, but that doesn't help the smell.
Try getting a hard on in the freezer. He succeeded, Larry.
Bro, that's just fucking
good.
That's just like the Dark Souls of fucking. You know, it's just more challenging.
It wasn't that difficult because I was 19.
Yeah.
So
it was up all the time anyway.
Like constantly hard at all times.
Yeah, I was rolling with a 3/4 chub 99% of the time.
Yeah.
The other 1%, it was full step.
Yeah, no, like I legit had like friends that were like that were just like during our like mid-teenage years when we were all in high school and shit. Like I had friends that wore like basketball shorts all the time with like boxers. And you just see that shit flopping around as they're walking. They ain't give a fuck.
Yep.
It's like, dude, really? Come on, man.
It was a different time.
The 90s.
We need to bring the cod piece back.
I knew one dude in high school that just didn't give a fuck if he had a no reason boner.
Yeah.
He would just walk around. He'd get called up to the class, have a boner, stand up. It's my body. It happens.
Yeah, what do you want?
Man, I wish I had that kind of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking Eddie Murphy joke is like, you want to get up here and solve this problem? It's like, that's fine. I'll take the 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Damn it, Mickey!
I wasn't even going to comment on it.
What?
Nothing. Something
Yeah.
that we shouldn't have to explain.
Yep.
That's the extent of of what we're gonna say on that.
Gotcha.
And I'm not one to repeat myself.
Mickey, it's fine.
Oh, I just realized the Mandalorian new episode released.
Okay.
Whoa, who gives a shit?
I've
Oh,
still
that
watched none of it.
I enjoy it.
That show's canceled now because of genocide.
It's Disney. It'll never be canceled.
That was the funniest
Who
shit.
cares about boob armor? That is the most subtle boob armor I've ever seen, too.
No, it's not the boob armor that's getting them canceled. It's the fucking, and it's not even really like I saw this article that was I think they were doing it like tongue in cheek, but it's one of those things where it's like two people on Twitter took offense to something, so all these articles are popping up. People like Twitter is ablaze in controversy over blah blah blah. It's like,
yeah, these two people with 12 followers each,
yeah,
with 12 followers combined, got into a Twitter spat.
No, like I just thought it was
been
funny.
here for a while, guys. He's just been working.
Yeah.
Hey, B.
It's and also, in case you guys didn't know, boob armor is historically a thing. So
Also,
so dick armor.
Yeah. Like as Rimshee mentioned earlier, like who the fuck cares about boob armor? Have you seen dick armor? I don't mean a cod piece specifically. I mean like
it's a cod piece made out of metal to protect your dick.
Steel dick coming out of your crotch.
Yeah.
Like what was it? Like one of King Henry's like suits of armor or some shit had like a fucking like a foot long dick coming off it.
I have no idea. I have no idea, but cod pieces are the boob armor of its day.
Like to address what Larry said in the chat there, it's like, of course Anita said something about it. Grifters have to grift.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Anita was dead. I'm glad to hear she's okay, because I don't want that lol cow to disappear.
No, I figured that the grift was done and no one was talking about Gamergate anymore, so she just took her money and left.
It's Anita!
Yeah,
the grift is never done!
Whatever happened to that 200 and... Wait, no. How much money did she raise to start a Discord server?
Oh, I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit
No
what
one
that
knows because she did her damnedest to hide the records of it.
Yep.
All I know is that it's old anti-SJW shit, so I don't really want to get into it. But like, the funniest shit about the whole like Anita shit was, I don't want to say her name because I don't want to get targeted for harassment. But like, or I don't want to come off like I'm targeting anyone specifically for harassment. Some unknown, some unknown random woman named Anita, got the chance to speak at the UN on behalf of all women for to shine a light on the way that women are treated on the internet, and she just squandered it to be like, people are mean to me, they say mean things. I went on Xbox Live and someone called me the F word.
I mean, it's kind of fitting, because I don't care what she says, and I don't care what the UN says anymore.
I just mean like that's the it's like
both
it's
of
like
these entities should be irrelevant.
Like I don't know if people are grasping why you should find that so funny, because it's literally a fucking it's a harassment report on Xbox Live, but instead of sending it to an Xbox admin, you sent it verbally to the UN.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, considering that the UN puts Saudi Arabia on the Women's Rights Council and China on the Human Rights Council,
Oh,
you
dude.
should know that they have absolutely no standards for quality.
Yeah.
Standards?
By the way,
If they didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any at all.
What the?
by the way, Mickey, if you really want to watch Dick Shark, I just sent you a link.
That's the thing, though, Rimshee, is in order to have double standards, you would have had to have had standards in the first place. I'm not giving the UN that much credit.
That's fair.
What the fuck? You sick of that? Band
don't know.
I.UT?
Connect, did
What?
you start drinking?
You alright? Oh, okay. Okay.
Ignore that shit. Okay, whatever.
Alright. Say no more, my guy. I had a stroke. Oh, no.
Oh, poor Canuck.
Oh my god. We need to hang out sometime. Holy shit. Like, when this pandemic is over, I need to fly up.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Of course, I got to go see my guy Sir first.
Yeah.
Wait, Larry, are you typing with one hand because you're jerking it with the other right now?
If the answer is no, don't bother. We don't want to hear that weak shit.
Ooh, I lost an arm because of something. It's fucking bullshit.
Always.
Learn to use your nose, motherfucker.
But yeah, Mickey, to go back to your question, I don't think it wasn't Anita that started Gamergate. It was actually the internet started Gamergate around Zoe Quinn, I think it was.
Yeah.
Zoe Quinn was like the epicenter, and then social media blew it up into Gamergate, and then Anita was like, "Oh, money!"
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The whole thing was about money, like from every angle. It was about money, except for all the hapless fucks that were retweeting and thinking that they were empowering some group of people or whatever. Like, there were social casualties all over the place, but all the big players, Zoe Quinn, Anita, the antis and the pros, people on both sides, there were fucking grifters coming in from every angle.
Yeah, it started off with good intent, like, hey, what the fuck, gaming journos, what the fuck are you doing? And then people saw, ooh, money-making opportunity, and popped in and just like, yoink, yoink.
Yeah, and before I put out like a misconception, things I'm saying about where I fell on like what side of Gamergate, I was outside of it completely. I found out about Gamergate like a year after it happened, and while like the aftershocks were going on with when like the anti-SJW side of YouTube was rising up and all that shit, rise up gamers. But as far as where like what my opinion on all that was, I think people got off on playing the victim and saw a money making opportunity, and also people saw a money making opportunity to rail against it, and then cults of personalities popped up on both sides around, specific figures, and it just got fucking out of hand.
Yeah.
I just want to finish this thought. As far as the arguments that both sides had, that no, it was about ethics and games journalism. That's fucking hilarious. Because if you ask anybody that used to work for like a gaming publication, be it back in the print days or the early internet days or whatever, they will tell you that all of their reviews are skewed by the swag and the money paid to them by the fucking developers that give them pre-copies of the game. And also, they're like, oh, you want, like, this is like a AAA title. You want to break the news about what the game is like firsthand? Well, we'll give you the first review copies if you give us a favorable, like no less than a 7. Like shit like that.
Yeah.
So the idea that it's about ethics in game journalism, there's no fucking ethics in game journalism. You're a naive fucking idiot.
Hold on.
What?
But the lack of ethics in game journalism was brought to people's attention when they found out journos were sleeping with developers and then giving good reviews. So the lack of ethics came to light, and then
It was kind of
everything
Yeah.
went to shit.
Right.
It wasn't that there were ethics in gaming journalism prior. It was that they realized how bad it was and started rallying against it.
I mean, maybe because like me and my friends reading like fucking like PC Gamer and shit back in the 90s. We all knew about this shit. We talked about it all the time. Like, we were like, we read the reviews just to find out what the game is like. We don't trust any of the shit because the amount of times that we've gotten burned by like a fucking 8 out of 10 and it's a piece of shit like the first Soldier of Fortune. It's like, it's. I don't know. Like, I don't buy that. Like, it came to the forefront. I think people just saw the opportunity to grift, and that's what blew it up.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I'm just one idiot that fell into it after it happened.
Yeah, you can't. I'm the same. I did that.
No, okay, Larry. Soldier of Fortune was fun, but PC Gamer gave it like a fucking 9 out of 10. The like gore engine and all that they put in it was rad, but that game is dog shit. Fun, a lot of fun, especially for the time. Like your only other option at the time to have like a gory, like first person shooter like that, it was Quake. But like I don't know, it wasn't great. Whatever. Don't buy Soldier of Fortune from 1998. It sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, got real fucking quiet. We're just gonna end on that.
Oh no, we're not gonna end on that. No, I've always just bought games because they maybe looked cool, but I was also broke, so a lot of my games just came from like trade a game.
Yeah, and like that's the way that we were too. Like when we were like really young and like we started buying our own games, from like mowing lawns or raking leaves or whatever, or shoveling snow. We had to save up our fucking pennies, and like there was no internet back in the day, so like we didn't know, like we didn't see trailers of the games. We didn't have someone that was doing like an in-depth review other than print magazines. So like, and we didn't even buy the magazines because we were that broke because we were fucking dumbass like middle school kids and shit. So like, we would go to the like wait until there wasn't an employee looking, flip through the magazine real quick and like speed read the article, look at the screenshots and be like, okay, this got like a 9.5 out of 10. Let's go buy it. Spend the $60 that we spent like 3 months saving, and get fucking ripped off. So like from super early on, we were like, oh, game journalism is all fucking bullshit.
No, we have to end the show, but Addie, I want to continue this conversation. I want to continue this conversation in a second.
It's live?
We're going to be Nick's live. That's why I'm telling you now, because I still got to do outro.
Yeah, well, the outro doesn't always take way longer.
I know.
Before you start the outro, I tell you this every time because it's still not showing its channel parade.
You're getting so mad that you turn it into a robot. I don't like this. I'm scared. Was this a Terminator timeline? Dun. Yeah. Anyways, be sure to come back next week to join us at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna raid Laughing Scoundrel podcast. Tonight's guest is Paul's Ego. Yeah. Also Deep Fat Fried and
shit, I haven't seen anything from Paul in a while.
Yeah, because they hide Deep Fat behind a paywall.
I see.
I probably won't be on tonight because reasons. So
Okay. We'll just
Yeah.
leave it at that then.
yeah, we'll just, but definitely come back next week and go Laughing Scoundrel any other time of the week. And tomorrow we're doing a movie night with a movie called Bag Full of Hammers.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a movie that we found in a house tour about for sale that was full
Okay,
of
we're just
movies, and we
skipping
just
this
browsed
because
their
there's
movie
so much
collection.
going on. You can tell them
What?
on next thing.
Okay,
What?
bye.
Yeah, let's just end it there.
Okay.
Yeah.